Katie, and this is Classically Black Podcast,
where we talk all things classical music and being black in the profession,
with trap beats playing in the background.
Okay, with Happy Birthday playing in the background.
Oh, right. Oh, shoot.
Catherine turns 42 today.
Yep, a whole 42.
Yep.
It does not feel like my birthday. And I knew it wouldn't feel like my birthday. And like I was telling you, I'm a birthday person. Like, we're going to go do something after this, but it does not feel like my birthday at all.
You be flip-flopping, because remember before you were like, I'm not a birthday person.
I'm really not a birthday person.
You just said that you were.
I literally just said I'm not a birthday person.
No, before you said, I'm a birthday person, so we're going to go outside. We're going to go and do something after this.
No, I said I'm not a birthday person.
You said you were.
Well, I misspoke. I'm literally...
Because I was like, so...
No. I misspoke. I'm not a birthday person, but I'm not going to act like it's just Saturday. If so that makes sense. You're a medium birthday person. Yeah. Like a regular. Like, it's not my birthday month. You know, or my birthday week.
That kills me. I've never met anybody who acts like that.
There are people who say that, and I never met anybody who's followed through with it, because literally it's ridiculous.
That will get boring. And who's celebrating with you all month long? Who?
You know, I share a birthday with Roderick Cox. I had no idea it was his birthday today as well.
Who told you that?
Facebook. And what's that? David like posts.
Who's David? Oh,
the violinist. Yeah. He'll post everybody's birthday, and I was tagged in a post with Roderick, and I was like, oh,
come on, joint party.
Interesting. I mean, he left already.
Oh, for real? He went back to Germany or what?
He lives in Germany now?
Yeah, he lives in Germany. He said he lived there a couple months.
I wonder why he left Minnesota Symphony.
I think it was a temporary position, wasn't it?
Oh, I have no idea.
Yeah, I think it was like a 2-year thing.
Oh, shoot.
Yeah. But
I'm gonna do what you literally only make sounds like. Meanwhile, you
didn't let me finish.
You weren't. There was something to finish. You didn't start. Okay, I'm listening. What am I gonna do?
Meanwhile, you better finish up your tenure at the LA Phil.
Anyway, we'll see.
We sure will.
Nice but useless is the theme.
Wow.
Of the week.
Tell us more.
I wish I could.
Name names.
Could you imagine?
A tell-all episode.
That's a cute idea. And happen. Also be our last episode.
Right. I was like, that would never happen. That's like when we get like signed for a TV deal or something. Be like, now a tell-all.
And we have to like change every name. But a lot of people are nice but useless. From the top to the bottom.
Wow.
I'm wrong? I am?
I did not say that.
Okay.
If you know somebody who's nice but useless, tag them below the post for this episode. Could you imagine?
Oh my God.
With the hashtag nice but useless.
No, those are actually your words.
Nice but useless?
Yeah, like when I first got here like 2 weeks ago and I mentioned somebody's name to you in the text and you were like, nice but useless.
Did I say that really?
Yeah,
I'm sounding like Jalisha. Jalisha's a pathological liar. So
I told Jalisha I'm about tired of seeing her. Meanwhile, I see her in a week.
Oh, right.
Jalisha's a pathological liar.
Right.
I mean, I'm not gonna sully her name, but.
Right? Because now watch somebody listening gonna be like, "Oh, you're the Jalisha they was talking about a classically black," and then now
the pathological liar.
Now we done sullied her name. She got a whole reputation out here. Don't nobody believe nothing Jalisha say. That might work out for you though. But
that will work out in your favor if you don't. Some of the stuff she said, I'm like, do you hear what you say, or does it sound like white noise? Like do you hear yourself when you speak, or does it sound like white noise? Like freaking Jalisha, I don't know.
Just know if you ever meet Jalisha, we're not gonna say her last name, but if you ever meet Jalisha, just know that if you think she's nice to begin with, you're wrong. And you will soon see the error of your ways.
But just the thing we were talking about earlier, like, is like, I kind of told her, I'm like, oh, I just don't like you, want to fight you. And she's like, so there's plenty of people who don't like me. And I'm like, that's not true. Like, people like Jalisha. Like, a lot of people like Jalisha. God bless you.
Right. Shout out to Jalisha.
You got news this week? It's summertime. Like, what news is happening? Like,
girl, some news you didn't hear about?
Hear about what?
About Curtis?
No, I did not. 'Cause I saw Garrett post about it. Shout out to Garrett. And I was like, what's going on with Curtis? You know what? in the middle, you know what I remember? Because I saw Garrett post it, and I literally remember this, and I went to go Google it, and then somebody interrupted me with something to do with these kids. So,
you know, there's actually another story out right now of a similar nature, but we'll talk about that next week. But
who called who? Never mind, I can't say that. PG podcast.
What'd you say? Don't have to be.
What? Can you imagine? All of a sudden, I get it explicit now. All my church folk gonna stop sharing the episodes.
For real.
I'm telling you, the other idea I have, I don't even think I would share it on Facebook. It's not bad. It's just that.
Yeah, I would see what some of the topics would definitely not be appropriate for church folk.
We'll see if God blesses it, which I doubt it.
Why would he?
I doubt it.
Just know that Katie will be coming out with another show in a couple years.
But
Satan willing.
And I also have to get people who want to do it with me, which is Jaleesha's one. So. Which is perfect for her. It's literally her aesthetic. Okay, what happened at Curtis? Curtis is okay.
Yeah,
I had to place it because Colburn and Curtis, same thing, different coast.
Okay. So violinist Lara St. John, she was a child prodigy, and now she is an internationally famous violinist. But she said that she came forward, saying that she was repeatedly sexually abused. Yes, by her teacher, Yasha Brodsky, who was a professor at Curtis.
Is he still there?
He is dead now.
Oh,
yeah. She said that she was repeatedly disregarded. When she said what had happened to an administrator at Curtis, and they disregarded her. This happened in 1986.
Well, that's on brand.
Yeah. She told the school's dean at the time, Robert Fitzpatrick, that she had been abused, and she said he mocked her. Wow. Right. And
what does that even look like?
Right.
Oh, look, I got like what is that?
She has a quote. "Oh, for God's sake, who do you think they're going to believe? Some 15-year-old kid or someone who has been here for decades?"
Yikes.
And then he said, and I agreed with him totally. They wouldn't believe me. That's what she said. Rather.
15?
I'm not a 15-year-old. And you telling, hey, ain't nobody gonna believe you. Oh, for God's sake. What the heck?
For God's sake?
Right.
Okay. Good. Oh, okay.
That is, like, I'm just thinking that is terrible. There's, like, you cannot blame her for not saying anything. What child, literal child, would?
And also the way he said it, like
she was stupid for believing, stupid for even coming for
exactly.
Coming to him. Like, girl, you know.
And also it's kind of like almost like that happens all the time here. Like, girl, like type of thing. Like, who they gonna believe? Right. Like this comes with it.
Right.
Wow.
2 of her friends who were with her at the time said that they also remember that happening. He was the school's dean for 2 decades, and the teacher at the time was 79 years old then, and he said that the dean said that the teacher had been, quote, touchy-feely, but he said that allegations that he was sexually abusive were nonsense.
I'm sure.
Right. And the dean said that he spoke to the teacher, Yasha Brodsky, after the meeting, and then just was like, please be mindful of, you know, how you are with female students. This goes back to the story that we talked about a while ago about that teacher who was having people
literally take off their clothes
to fit them with
shoulder rest.
Like, it's one thing, like, for teachers, like, we've talked about this before, I think, amongst ourselves, was like when teachers touch you and whatever, like, not that any teacher has, but saying, like, the culture around teachers touching you, like how your teacher says, can I touch you, or may I touch you before? Like, we've said that, like, I don't really remember my teacher ever adjusting me in that way. Or if he does, he'll be like, you know, he'll let me know before.
Also, I think the nature of your instrument's a little more because, like, it sits between your legs. Mm-hmm. Like, I think there's a little bit more room. Like I've had teachers in the past, especially like at the collegiate level, be like, "Can I touch?" Because it's like they want to like. And what does he even touch? Like, Mr. Taylor, like, I can't even remember because there's no reason for him to touch me at all.
Yeah, like,
so it's like if it would be like,
if you need me to move my elbow up, he'll say move your elbow up. I'm an adult.
Like I can't even remember. I can count on one hand how many times Mr. Taylor has touched me because it's like there's literally I was a grad student. There's nothing that I need to feel or like.
Right.
Y'all weird. Like y'all are weirdos.
Right.
It's sick actually.
Like, because touchy-feely teacher, first of all, you have no reason to be touching your students, especially your students who are underage. They're adolescents. And that's a power dynamic that should not, be even, like, you shouldn't even be considering that, because a teacher-student power dynamic is not, even if they are an adult,
Mm-hmm. I mean, like, when I'm teaching little kids, maybe, not little, there's an area, like, maybe, like, older than 10, like, that kind of age. I'm not touchy-feely, but first of all, the camp that I taught at this past month, like, last month, I always kept the door open, because, like, all that, I always ask if I can touch you first, because sometimes kids who are really good, I want them to think about something in a different way. Like, I want them to think about how something feels. So I'll be like, I'll try to describe it as best as I can. I'll be like, can I touch you? And I'm like especially like stuff in the shoulders, stuff like that. I'll be like, you need to feel it from here. Like, this is where you need to feel it from. But other than that, like, you all rubbing the lower back, what they got to do with violin?
Exactly.
And I hate that, like, you take advantage of the fact that you're one-on-one with a student. Why would you even want? Okay.
And some people, even if you're not even worried about it being misconstrued that way, some people just don't like to be touched. Like, I've had students who will be kind of like weirded out that I'm like, may I touch you? And I touch them in a way on like their wrist or their,
Yeah.
They'll be like, why'd you ask? Because some people don't like to be touched. You don't know that, and especially as when they're children or anyone, you want to give them, you want to give them the opportunity to consent or not consent when you touch on their body.
You're the first one who made me think about that. Like, some people don't want to be touched because I'm not a touchy-feely person, but like, you know how like when someone passes you, they'll like touch your back or like something like that. It's like, I don't think twice about that kind of stuff.
Yeah, no, because I met someone that like really had an aversion to being touched. Oh. And I had never met anyone like that before, and I didn't realize that was something that like really, really made that person uncomfortable. Like, it was like an anxiety thing. Oh shoot. Yeah, like it was really, really bad. Because
even kids here, if I'm talking to a kid and we have like a relationship, I don't really have a relationship with these kids because I haven't really, they're in rehearsal all day. But if I'm having a conversation with you, I might touch your arm or touch your hand, just like as a, I don't even know what that's called. Like I'm here with you. I'm talking to you. Like, this is a safe space type thing. But like, yeah, I've never considered people that don't like being touched. Like. Anyway, but I'm sure people don't like being groped. So
right, especially when they're little children, and you're 79. Yuck. So he unfortunately died.
Unfortunately?
No, I mean, he unfortunately died before he was able to be, for him to pay for this, because obviously he got away with it. Well, in this life he got away with it.
I'm about to say, well, we don't know what happened on the other side, so right. To be continued.
Right. Right. You start smelling smoke. You wonder where you're going.
Okay, first day in heaven, going up to God. I'm like, so we have a podcast, and I'm sure you're aware. We have a little room we could use for.
Right. So, but he died in 1997. But the Inquirer, which is where I think the story, well, this is where I originally saw the story, they located 4 other women who also say that he pursued them sexually while they were students at Curtis in the 80s.
That is freaking disgusting.
Right. And one of them said that when this was 2 years after the initial person that came forward, like alleged that she was assaulted. In 1988, that one of the people that came forward said that when she was 18 and he was in his 80s, he took her to dinner and tried to kiss her. First of all, you probably have 3 teeth left?
Nah. Well, yeah, but he has dentures, so his teeth probably look really nice.
About the only thing. That's disgusting. Another former student said that when she was 16, he began inviting her to dinner to listen to records with him, and that he would reach out to hold her hand, and he once tried to kiss her neck. I know. And she said no. He apologized, and they continued she continued to study with him for 2 more years. And then a third woman.
I would never feel comfortable after that.
Yeah. She said a third one, but also it's like in this situation, especially when you have a big name teacher, a teacher who teaches at Curtis, has a lot of clout and that sort of thing. Like,
you can't mess that up.
Yeah, you're afraid to say something. Like, they could really just blackball you.
Yeah.
And say, and then what can you do?
Not a thing.
Right. And it's for a lot of people, especially like this woman, the one whose story initially broke. She probably felt the need to come out now, or felt that she was able to come out now because she already has this established career, and that sort of thing. But like, when you're coming up, you're probably so afraid that, like, one, they're going to do something that's going to hurt your career, and two, are you ready to handle that? Because now you have to go through, once you come forward, now you have to go through everything that comes with getting them to pay for what they did.
Right. And even if people like champion you, like, I'm so happy, I can't believe you went through that, now it's like, don't nobody want you in their studio because it's like, what if she accuses me of doing something?
Right. And now you got all this stigma. So it's like, I can imagine that's probably one of the many reasons why they didn't come forward at the time. A third woman said that when she was 20 years old, and she was studying with another teacher, Brodsky initiated a friendship that developed into a 2-year sexual relationship. And she said that she was very vulnerable at the time. And she believes that he like took advantage of her. And then yet another, recalled that he tried to kiss her when he was again asking her to come over and listen to records with him. He tried to kiss her, and when she stopped him, he seemed remorseful. I'm like, okay, but what does the 12th girl you kissing? She said no.
But like, why are you kissing your students
who are literally 70 years your junior?
Why can't you just get people your age?
Like, or even maybe 30 years younger than you?
Going down to the golf club, going to the shuffleboard club. Like, there's plenty of people.
Why are you, as an 80-year-old man, wanting 18-year-olds, 20-year-olds? You can't even get nobody 30 years younger than you. You gotta be someone who you gotta be with somebody who you were literally, 20 years into your AARP discount when they were born.
Like, it's embarrassing.
That is ridiculous. So all of them said that
speaking of AARP, I need to sign up for my AARP.
You're literally 26. You're annoying.
That reminded me. Thanks for that. Keep going. I just appreciate the reminder. Forgetful in my old age. So
okay. All four of the additional women that came forward said that they never told Curtis administrators what they did. What happened. Which they probably heard about the first girl.
Exactly.
They told them, and she was laughed off and mocked. So they are probably
you mocked her. Is he still alive?
Probably not. The administrator. Yeah, probably not. They noted that the teacher died, but they didn't say nothing about him. But he was the dean in the 80s.
Yeah.
We could have, depending on how young he was.
In the 80s? How long ago was that? 30
Yeah, that's not that old. That's not that long ago. Just because that guy was super old at the time. He was 79 then.
Yeah, maybe he is still alive.
Yeah, he could still be alive.
He torches and pitchforks at his house.
But Laura St. John, she shared her allegations with the administrators in the decades since she left Curtis. And most recently in 2013, she told her accusations in a letter to Roberto Diaz, who's the president and CEO of Curtis.
And viola teacher.
Yeah, really?
You took a lesson with him. It was fine. I played for like 20 minutes, and then the rest was.
But he's the president and the CEO of the thing too.
He's the CEO of the school.
That's what it say.
He's the dean for sure.
That's weird.
And he still teaches viola.
You get 2 salaries.
Yeah, like he still. I don't know how big his studio is, but like.
That's weird. Is that weird?
I think it's weird because I'm thinking about. I graduated now. I'm thinking about J. Moore teaching.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah. If I saw him, I would still call him Dean Rossi. But I'm thinking about J-Mo being Dean of Eastman and having a saxophone studio. Like, how would that even work?
Yeah.
But I took a lesson with him. It lasted 20 minutes, and then he talked to me the rest of the time about things.
About what?
Intonation.
Right. How much he wishes his was
how
like
much
yours.
he encourages me. I'm not gonna say that. You're lucky.
He encourages you to give him a lesson. Anyway, when she wrote that letter to him, they launched an investigation. With the Curtis board of directors, hired a law firm to launch an investigation, and they declined to release the firm's findings. But the Inquirer independently obtained a copy of the 4-page report, which is linked in the article. Mm-hmm. It says that the investigation only interviewed 2 people, which one of them was the dean at the time. So I guess he is alive, or at least he was alive in 2013. So he was one of the people, which great witness. Right. And then one of the school's former directors, Gary Graffman. The men were asked general questions about sexual misconduct involving faculty members and students, but they were never asked specifically about those allegations. Of course. So what was the point?
Just to say that they did it.
That literally makes no sense.
Just to say that they...
Right. And then they didn't even interview her.
Of course not.
Why would you... What was the investigation was not about her case. Then you don't interview her. You don't interview the person that she came to after the fact. What?
This country doesn't care about women.
Neither do our schools, I guess. What the heck? So she was not interviewed. Neither were the friends that were with her when she came forward. And there were no attempts to contact any other of the accused teacher students. But of course, the president and CEO / Fiala teacher, he defended the school's response and said that the investigation was independent, transparent, and thorough. So how? That's one thing it definitely wasn't.
Out of
by
all
definition of the word thorough. Yeah. It literally wasn't.
Literally. in no way.
You can't even swing that.
Y'all love just using words.
You can't.
Shout out to T.I.
I mean, I guess it's not Curtis Institute of Vocabulary, so.
Yeah.
I guess,
Or safety, apparently.
Right. So. But not most notably, but notably to me, it was going around on Facebook after this article went around, was that Curtis sent out an email to all their alumni, basically saying if anybody contacts you about this, please direct them to this person, and encouraging them not to speak to any girl.
Oh,
and people were mad because they were like, so y'all launched this investigation that, I mean, we're using that term loosely because y'all asked a couple,
maybe a Google search level, like surface level.
Right. They probably
little look about, little
glance over.
Yeah, glance.
Right. Barely an investigation, what y'all called it. Y'all do that, and now you don't want anybody. First of all, why would you're mad because people want to talk to the press, but you don't want to interview anybody who's actually relevant to the situation?
Exactly.
But obviously the newspapers do, but you don't want them to. It'd be different if you were actually doing a thorough investigation that you claim to be, but you didn't. You're still not. Somebody got to. So it's great, the news this week. Keep y'all updated. Well, what else can we do? He's dead, so.
But shout out to the internet and people of Curtis for leaking that letter.
Right.
Like, y'all see what these things?
Multiple people. She was one of them because she's on the alumni list, so she got the. But also one of a bass player who teaches at Indiana now. He also that's where I saw it because a lot of bass players were circulating it. He screenshotted it and was like, "Spread this around."
Yeah, and I hope the rest of the top conservatories or any school music for that matter has their eyes open and their ears open. Like, you cannot keep brushing stuff like this underneath the rug. I remember my co-op for when I did middle school for student teaching. She said, like, the teacher who was before the current teacher now, was encouraged that you weren't like left alone with him, stuff like that. Like, meanwhile, I used to take viola, and he treated all the women poorly, and be kissing up on girls and all
What?
that. Yeah, like people just be letting stuff slide. I mean, it didn't happen to her, thank God, but like it happened to other people.
Like, what the heck? The
Like,
fact that you even have people that you have to warn someone about that. Why are they still?
why are
working
they
there?
still there?
That doesn't make it.
I mean,
Well,
10 years.
he's okay if you just don't have a body. Like what?
If you, congratulations on getting into the school and just get your titties removed and all sexual organs.
Right. Like,
Yeah, we good to go.
Wear a tarp to your lessons and it'll be okay. Well, not even.
Not even, right.
I mean, what you wear literally has nothing to do.
Literally
so,
has nothing to do.
Just take the tarp off.
Yeah.
And so, well, an update. People are still trash, so.
And will always be until the end of time. But don't worry,
Which
coming
is
soon.
coming soon. Right. I was about to say, that's coming up the rear pretty quickly.
People gonna be like, who hurt y'all? Why is the end of the world so near? I'm like, it literally is.
It literally is. They were like, we have like 18 months before it's not before it's done, but before it's too late to save the world.
I got into okay, it wasn't an argument because the people, like, I'm vegan, but honestly, like, I spend so much time eating meat that, like, I just don't care what you eat. Also, it's literally not my business what you do. But I was minding my.
Oh, here we go. You know what? If Jaleisha heard this,
I was minding my literally.
I'm gonna tell Jaleisha.
Ask Lara, like, ask her, like, I was literally minding my business. Anyway, that's not the point because I already. I will.
She get mad now. No.
I will acknowledge my bias about this person because they already annoy me, right?
Hashtag nice but useless.
Yes, they are part of the.
You already said it, girl. What?
They are part of the nice but useless crew.
Try to keep it anonymous. You don't already say it.
Anyway, it was like the plan's already destroyed. It's too late. I'm like, it's actually not too late yet, and this is something you can Google. I'm like, but you don't want to Google it. You're just too busy worried about me eating your food. I'm like, actually, you're supposed to eat vegetables. Like, if you pee in dust, like, that's a problem. Okay, like you're supposed to be eating vegetables. So,
right.
So if I'm eating your food, like, what's the argument? Anyway, if you Google it, like, it's not too late. Yeah. There's some things you can do.
Yeah, it's not too late. It's almost too late.
It's almost too late. So if we're talking about, like,
we're not already past it.
We're not past it yet.
Yeah, close, but we're not.
Yeah, but anyway,
which just reminds me, I must buy a reusable straw.
Yeah,
because I will. But people say the straws are not that big of a deal, but then some people are like, they are the biggest deal. So I don't know. I'll buy me one. My mom has one. She doesn't like it though, because it's sort of like a boba straw. It's like really big.
Oh,
yeah. But sorry, my lip not getting pregnant because I tried to drink off a restaurant cup. So
yeah, for real. I mean, because when we say the Cal State Fullerton, like, I was like, hey, I ain't got no straw.
Right. I was like, let me waterfall all of this.
Oh my God, I'm just weird about that.
Because they just be rinse.
Now I wake up and there's maggots in my lip.
Now you on Dr. Pimple Popper trying to figure out.
Right. Now I got this mask coming out of my lip, wondering what.
Okay, what's that?
Okay. Okay, let me make sure I have everything here. I love intermission so much.
What is that?
We're gonna play a game.
She got a bunch of strips of paper over there. What the heck?
Yeah, I made some cards. Okay, so I'm gonna play a game.
What? This is the whole operation.
Okay, so we're gonna play a game. I was watching Jamie Foxx, who is literally the GOAT. Like,
absolute
GOAT.
Me and my sister, I'm like, we stand Jamie Foxx. He's probably one of the 3 celebrities on this earth that I would cry if I met.
Really?
Yes. Beyonce being one of them, and I've met Beyonce, and I cried like a baby.
I would have cried if I met Beyonce.
Jamie Foxx and Stevie Wonder. Like, he's such an underrated celebrity to me. I think he's underrated.
My celebrity list, like, well, first of all, I didn't meet him, but I'm going to one day. Like, I promise. Like,
do the mail.
Like, I freaking love him. I don't care.
I don't tell y'all what happened to me. I was coming out of work with my suitcase I was coming out of work, and I walk out of the office where I'm at, and he turns around and he's like, "Oh, hey." And I was like, "Is that freaking dude?"
I would scream. Like,
and so I was just sitting there. We were waiting for the elevator.
You didn't say nothing. The part that makes me mad about the story, you didn't say nothing. Like, I wouldn't like, "Oh my God, you're amazing." Like, I wouldn't.
I said hi to him,
but like when he came backstage, and he was like, because he acknowledged the fact that, like, yeah, we're RAs, like, we don't do a lot, but like we make sure these kids don't die outside of rehearsal, right? Mm-mm. And it's like when he was like, "Oh, my friends," I was just like, let me not be stupid. First of all, I don't want to go to jail. Secondly, because he doesn't have bodyguards, but also like they put measures in place. Like they told us like absolutely no pictures of or with him because of whatever. So, but when I saw him yesterday that close, I was like 10 feet from him. I was like,
yeah.
Oh my god, I don't care. I freaking love him. Like he's probably the number one person I want to meet. Like, really? Yeah.
But I've only met him in group settings, and we've like rehearsed with him from Yola, and like we've met in like taking pictures of him and like in group settings. But that was just like such a normal way. Like we were waiting for the elevator and inside the elevator.
Like I would have.
He was going home from work. Like it was just so weird.
Like I just love Gustavo. Like. I probably love him more than the Venezuelan kids because to them, he's like Jesus Christ himself. Like that's probably my number one celebrity. Like,
and when we were in Mexico, he freaking recognized us from Yola.
Really?
Yeah, like me and Sam, because we had our instruments. So like then he's like, because like ain't no way Dudamel gonna recognize me on the street. But like I remember when Sam got up there, he was like, I know you. And and all the other kids that like weren't from Yola were like, oh my god, Dudamel recognized.
Like I'm telling you, I have to figure out how I'm gonna play for him one day. Like I'm putting that
your spot. Wait, your spot.
Like I have to play in tune.
I have
to play in tune first, but like consistently. But like then after him, probably like Cardi B. Isn't that crazy? That's freaking insane. I'd rather meet Dudamel first than Cardi B.
I mean, I understand that because I have no desire to meet Cardi B, but
and then Yvonne Orji. No, okay, Dudamel.
I would love to meet Issa Rae.
Oh yeah, she's okay.
From Inglewood. She's from what? Yeah, and all the stuff that she makes is like filmed in Inglewood. And I grew up watching Awkward Black Girl, and she'd be on Manchester. I'd be like, that's why off the street where my grandma lived. You know?
Yeah.
I love Issa Rae.
Okay, I got you. Dudamel, Yvonne Orji. Cardi B look like fun, and she's like she's the same age as me,
which is so weird to me.
Yeah,
you never feel like celebrities are your same age.
Yeah, they always feel so much older. I don't know why. Yeah. Anyway, so intermission. Man, I really want to meet Dudamel. All right, so I was watching Jamie Foxx. That's what we got to this. I was watching Jamie Foxx on Jimmy Kimmel.
Is that the one I like? I never remember.
I love Jimmy Kimmel.
I like Jimmy Kimmel. He's not the annoying one.
No, he's not annoying.
Jimmy Fallon is annoying to me. He has some funny segments, but himself, he's annoying.
I don't think Jimmy Kimmel's annoying.
Yeah, I like Jimmy Kimmel.
Okay.
Jimmy Fallon is the one who I think is annoying. Because have you ever seen him interview somebody?
He always interrupts.
Right? I'm like, can they say anything? It's like he has a maximum like maybe 5 words for them. Okay. And every Friday he's like, I'm like, okay. I can't take it. Because I don't like being interrupted. Yeah. Who does? So,
for real.
But no.
Okay. Trash. So I was watching him, and he has this challenge. Let me figure out what it's called. I have a feeling you're not gonna like this, but I thought it would be fun.
That seems like the pattern. That's your motto. The lady's not gonna like this, but that'll be fun. Annoying.
Okay, so he has a segment sometimes on his show called "The Wheel of Musical Impressions." Oh my God. So I'm gonna play with you this time. That's why instead of making a note on my phone like I normally do, I made them random. So I wish you could see her face. Okay, so I made them random, so I'm gonna play along too. Okay, so on one, I have two. I have multiple sheets of paper. Okay, but let me make sure. I made these yesterday. Okay. So on one piece of paper, the one that doesn't have anything like on it on the outside, I have a simple melody that you know from your childhood or from recently. Okay, let's put that right there. It's just for so since you can't see what I'm doing, it's like a piece of paper with stuff written on them, and I folded them in half. I noted one of them with the melodies has nothing on it. The one that says M on it, folded up, little scraps of paper, is a composer. Are you nervous?
I have no idea where this is going.
You look nervous. Okay.
I am very nervous.
So, on this paper, I have the name of a composer.
Y'all see how Katie's a creative one, right? Because what the heck? I would have never thought to do this.
I didn't think of it. Jimmy Fallon does it.
I know, but I would never see that and be like, we could do that on a show. Like, what?
So this is the name of a composer. So you're going to pick a simple melody. And then you're going to pick a composer and you have to sing the melody in the style of that composer. I knew you were going to say that. I don't know. I have no idea how to do that. So you can go first. They're simple.
I have no idea how I'm going to do that.
I'm scared too. So we're in the same boat, but I thought it'd be so funny.
Because I know composers can do that and it's really cool, but I have no idea how I'm going to do that.
So it's not, in my mind, this is not as, I didn't make them, in my mind, I tried to make them hard. Like I didn't do, like Rossini and Verdi, you know what I'm saying? Like I didn't do that because it's like they're pretty simple. They're not simple. They're pretty similar. So right. Or I didn't do like Donizetti and Rossini, right? Uh-huh. Like they write in similar styles. I mean, Rossini's better, but like, so I try to make them. Also, there's a name on here I hope you don't get because like some of them are like some composers write in very obvious styles. So like. I have not closed my mouth since she started. She started. So I just thought it'd be funny, and it's only 4 songs because I tried to come up with songs that are easy, right? So okay, I'll go first. Okay. So the first thing I'm picking a song from my childhood, "The Wheels on the Bus." Wow, I can't believe this. I'm really nervous, actually. I'm actually pretty nervous. Okay, so yeah, look what you did to yourself. That's how I look at my credit and my debt. And I have Wagner. Okay, so I have to sing.
I don't even know enough Wagner for me to.
So I'm thinking in my mind, just so we can walk through this, so you can do it next. In my mind, I'm thinking about traits of Wagner's music that are stuff that I've complained about in his excerpts. So. In his music, so something that comes to mind. He always writes everything with 20 sharps. I can't convey that, right? Mm-hmm. But I think about playing Tannhauser. So so I'm really freaking nervous. Okay, you're gonna have to play with the volumes on this too because it's Wagner, so it's gonna be loud. Oh my god! I wish I had my viola.
You do. We got time. Okay. Get it out.
The wheels on the bus go round.
Oh no. I'm not doing it.
That's my tremolo. Everything is tremolo. I
wish y'all could see her right now.
I'm gonna stop because people are gonna fast forward. Okay, your turn.
Wow. There's no guarantee I'm gonna do this. I don't know what this. Oh gosh, I don't know how this is gonna work out. Okay, Twinkle Twinkle.
Twinkle Twinkle. Okay.
Please tell me I get Mozart.
He might. Who knows? I literally shook my own brain around by doing that.
I got Mozart.
Did you really?
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh my gosh. How am I going to do this? The only thing, Mozart is the only composer to me that I can tell by the first note that it's Mozart. Like just by that chord that he begins with. Mm-hmm. But it's like, how do I even... It's not gonna. I can't even top that. It's gonna be boring.
When I think about Mozart, I think extra.
Yeah.
Delaney is stressed. You should have known it would have been something because anytime I text you and be like, I'm excited for intermission. You know,
I did not think it was gonna be this bad. Like, this is so hard. Like,
okay, I'll do one while you think about that because I do what you have to do. I want you to do one. You don't have to do it, but for my personal enjoyment and for the listeners at home, I feel like you should do one. Okay, so I have. Are you stressed? Are you nervous?
Yes,
I was actually really nervous when I did it. Okay, I have Baby Shark. I'm scared because I'm trying to remember who I wrote down. How am I gonna do that? Tchaikovsky.
I would have no idea how to do that.
Tchaikovsky is rich and sad, beautiful. And he has a little. Okay.
This is amazing that you're able to do this.
Okay. I'm actually really nervous. Okay. Baby shark. Do 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 do. Baby shark. Dee do 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 do. Baby shark. Shark, be da da buddy buddy da, baby shark. Something like that.
What?
Okay, I'm just gonna wait for you to do this one. Mozart's extra.
That's Beethoven. I'm trying to think of
Really?
No, I'm just trying to think.
Beethoven would be harder. Is Beethoven even one of these? Beethoven's hard to me because like, what is he changed so? I mean, every composer changes, right? But
a lot, yeah.
But I feel like Beethoven's one of the few composers that has like 3 distinct, like it was this, then it was this, then it was this. Mm-hmm. Like it's crazy. And also he like straddles classical and romantic. Someone called him a romantic composer. We should talk about that. I don't think he is. Well, maybe he was, because even that first symphony was a little spicy.
I mean, I think he's like half and half. Like he kind of,
you think
he overflow? No, maybe not. Maybe not equally, but I just mean like he's a little bit of both. Because his his first symphony.
Yeah, actually, I think maybe I take that back. I think he's more of a romantic composer than classical.
So that was a great intermission. Let's move on.
No. Like, okay, like think about like. Also, first of all, Jamie Foxx did this like seamlessly. It was like insane.
I know Jamie Foxx is so talented.
You have to watch the video. Like
he's so talented.
Maybe we can link it. I'll find the it's okay. So Mozart is extra,
right,
light, and typical.
Okay.
Honestly, if you were really trifling, I mean, you can't do it now. 'Cause I'm about to tell you what it is.
Oh, it's not what I was planning on doing. But
you have what? Wait, go ahead.
Okay, keep up. This it's gonna be boring because my thing.
It's not easy to do.
I know, but I'm thinking of Mozart bass parts.
Yeah, so trifling.
Like,
yeah, this is trifling. Like, yeah. See,
and then something extra comes out of nowhere. What's it like the snake? Twinkles little star.
Right. Some jump. Or like, ain't nobody asked you for all that. Also, I'm surprised we didn't think of that. Like that could
I was trying to fit a riff in there, but I'm not creative at all.
Neither am I. I can't.
Are you kidding?
Like improvising and stuff?
Maybe not improvising like on your instrument, but like what?
But if you really wanted to be trifling, if you really wanted to be trifling, Mozart wrote Twinkle. You could have just sang it the way it is.
That's what I was gonna do. But I was like, she gonna be like, nah, you can't.
That's
do that.
dummy creative. Talking about you not creative, like that's creative because that's like being quick with it. Like,
but that's why I was like, I hope I get Mozart because he wrote it.
Yeah, you could have just did that.
I thought you would have been like, nah, that's cheated.
Nah, I think that's literally that's actually the first thing I thought of. I'm like, oh, you got Mozart. Like, that's sing Twinkle.
The whole reason why I wanted to get Mozart. And I was like, nah, I can't do that because I chickened out.
You want to do one more?
I will try.
There's only one left, y'all.
They're gonna be like, Delaney sucks.
It's not.
Clean up. I don't know that.
What is it?
Clean up.
Clean up, clean up. Everybody, everywhere. Clean up, clean.
Is that the way I know that song?
Do you know that song?
I know that melody for sure.
Bach? Yeah. Bach's also extra. Everything.
Yeah.
But in a different way. In a way that makes sense. Like Strauss is extra in a way that doesn't make sense.
Dang, I wish I got Strauss.
Who's left? Let's see. I forgot. Haydn, I did that because I think he's boring.
Yeah, he is.
And Strauss.
Bach. I have no idea. I'm terrible at this. I have no idea. Like how to do something in the style. Like how that's so hard to pick up these composers, like
also like
world class composers, to just pick up your style and
the first thing I think about with Bach probably will be like the foie. Shout out to Jasmine. But like Bach didn't do a lot of that.
I'm not musically creative at all, so like I'm not surprised I was terrible at this.
You know what? Like I feel like we should do this again.
Yeah.
And now you know like how it goes. This wasn't until like, I didn't think like, how do I say? I didn't do it because I'm like, she's gonna be terrible at this. Like I thought it would be like,
because I'm stressed out.
Like you look straight. Like I wish y'all could see Delaney's face. Like,
because
the minute I explained the game, you got tight.
Because I feel pressure to do well. Like because we released this is supposed to be funny for people, but like
I mean people will laugh at me. Like it's not easy. That's why I was actually shaking on the first one because it's like how do you even it sounded like kind of like opera because Wagner is opera, but like it's not easy to do.
Especially cause like when it comes to musical stuff, I am not, and I know I'm literally a musician, but like I'm not super like creative with that kind of stuff, and I'm not like it's hard. It is hard in something like classical music where you literally have most of it that is quote unquote relevant when you're like in school and stuff. Yeah, happened hundreds of years before. Now, so you have so much of it to get through that. Like I feel like my repertoire is like teeny tiny, and it's also very sporadic. Because I mostly listen to things that I have played and happen to have played. That's because that's what I know of. So I feel like some of these composers, I'm like, do I even have a good idea of what they, Yeah. Like Tchaikovsky, Wagner, I think I would have been able to do because I was thinking loud, brassy, extra. But like something like Tchaikovsky, when you did that, meant like that one would have been hard for me.
Tchaikovsky, I didn't do a good job of that because like, how do you? What was my song, Baby Shark? Like, how do you convey richness with Baby Shark? And also, like, I made a generalization. Like, he doesn't always do them for sforzando things. He don't always do that. He did it in like one symphony, and I'm like, oh yeah, that's how he write. But that was scary. I feel bad. Like, it was not supposed to be stressful. It was supposed to be funny. I laughed a little bit, but.
Hoochily.
Are you doing? You actually look stressed. Like,
cause I feel like when I'm actually not gonna say that. Never mind.
And we are moving on. All right, so today we are talking about an opera. How do we even explain how we got here? Like, well, I love opera. Everybody knows I love opera. Mm-hmm. And let's just say we're going out for an opportunity and we had to learn about Otello and we're like, okay, let's just keep talking about it. I don't know, I like operas because they're messy, so it's definitely on brand for us talking about classical music mess. So right. About the composers and y'all in it, mess people. So today we're talking about Giuseppe Verdi's Otello. That reminded me I cannot say that man's name. Giuseppe. I think it's Giuseppe. I also looked it up. Yeah. It's Giuseppe.
I think it is too. Yeah. But I remember one time you said something.
What was it?
I don't even know.
Man.
It's probably in the bloopers.
Like... Oh my God, that was like traumatic for me. Like, because like we've done videos before, like people like y'all have seen our videos, but like that.
We also don't do scripted content, so to do anything scripted,
always takes like so much time.
Really hard. Yeah.
Especially like I feel like we've done scripted stuff in the past. Like a lot of our Instagram videos are. Right, them 60-second Instagram scripted videos.
If that, right?
It takes us
about an hour.
So you know what? We did pretty good for 5 minutes. It only took us 3. Oh my God! It's over. It's over. It is over. So we're talking about Giuseppe Verdi. Otello is certainly one of my favorite operas. I know you don't really. You're not.
I literally couldn't tell you the plot to any opera besides Otello, which I just found out when we did this. So
I feel like that's. And you know, La Boheme. Because if you know Rent,
I don't.
If you know Rent, you know La Boheme.
I don't know Rent.
Nikki got mad at me the other day because I said I don't like Rent. She's like, get off my line. What's not to like? I'm like,
not get off my line. Dang, the line.
People are obsessed with Rent. I can't.
I have no idea what that's about.
I'm just so musical, confused. Right? Yeah, it's a musical, but like I'll just be so confused as to what the obsession is. But
I think I've only seen 2 operas, one of which I have no idea what it was. I don't even remember where I was when I saw it. I just remember I saw an opera. And then the other one was...
Okay.
I really don't. I genuinely could not tell you what opera it was, where I was when I saw it. I just remember sitting in a theater and it was an opera. And because I just remember being like, oh, that's another language that they're singing in. And then the other opera I saw was The Rape of Lucretia.
Come on, Lucretia.
All right.
That's so ghetto.
Wow. Literally one of my cousin's name is Lucretia.
For real?
Yeah. We call her Creesh though.
I'm sorry. Yikes, that's awkward.
I'm gonna tell them to listen to this episode too. No, I'm just kidding.
I mean, there's certainly people in my family with ghetto names. No one in my immediate family, but in Jamaica, Keandria, stuff like that. Shout out to Keandrias out there.
Okay.
Anyway, let's move on because this is ridiculous. Okay, so Giuseppe Verdi, one of the most influential composers of the 19th century. He wrote 28 operas. That's pretty much all he wrote. He didn't really write much else. Oh, that's not true at all. His like he wrote other things. What's that big thing? I'm gonna look it up. What else can you tell us about Verdi?
What's that big thing?
He wrote a mass, but I don't think it's a mass. I really don't think it's a mass. Oh my god. Then we like, what Eastman? Oh, right. He wrote a Requiem. The Verdi Requiem, which is actually amazing.
Thing. No, I'm just kidding.
It kind of is, ain't it?
I mean, same wheelhouse.
They're similar. They're
yeah.
I mean,
definitely the same wheelhouse.
Yeah. I actually really like the Verdi Requiem. I sound like I'm foolish because I just say he ain't write nothing else but opera. But I really like the Verdi Requiem. Listen,
I couldn't tell you. That's what he's known for. So
yeah, he's known for the operas and the Requiem, and there's also like one other thing.
That's like Wagner coming out the woodworks with a viola sonata, like
you know? And I bet you all the girls will stand for it too. Violas are annoying.
Meanwhile, y'all stand for it till your right arm fall off because you tremoloing the whole time. So.
Right. It's all if he wrote a viola sonata, all it would be is tremolo, forte, and fortissimo. That's all 3 ingredients that you need for a vibe.
You needed it to be in C sharp major. So.
Oh yeah, C sharp major for sure. It got to be at least 5 hours long. At the very least. Buckle up, violas. I'm telling you, give it like 100 years. There's gonna be some. Give it like 100 years. There's gonna be some long lost Wagnerian.
Ugh.
I won't be playing that.
Give it 100 years. Let's not get into this. Never mind. I was about to say, do we have 100? No, I'm just kidding.
That's like the second time this episode. But this time it was twice. It was twice this episode.
Okay, environmentally black podcast.
Yes. Okay, environmentally bleak podcast.
That's what it needs to be.
Meanwhile, I'm drinking water out of a plastic bottle. Well, let me see. I bet you this is smart water. So I'm sure this came from
wood. No, I'm just kidding. I can't talk. I don't drink tap water, so.
Yeah, I only drink tap water.
Arrowhead. She bought Arrowhead. My grandma only buys Arrowhead. It's just like dirt. I'm like, I don't understand how y'all do this.
Yeah, water don't really taste that different to me. Only time I can really taste the difference in water is like Dasani definitely tastes weird to me. Mm-hmm. And like, yeah, that's it. Like, and I know I only drink tap water. Like when, like I wasn't finna.
It definitely has a taste to me.
It does have a taste, but I'm used to it now. Also, I drink so much water that like I'm not buying bottled water.
Okay, Aqua Woman. I'm trying to get a water filter, so at least I can drink tap water in a filter. But
yeah, I mean, I bought smart water because I'm not gonna go in the bathroom of an airport and freaking put my hands up to the sink and drink. Like that doesn't make, you know what I'm saying? But like, can you imagine?
Why not?
What's it called? Zero waste. It's me in the sink of the bathroom, Terminal 7.
Wow, how did we even get here?
Verdi. So,
but how did we get to drinking water out the airport sink? Oh, environmentally bleak podcast.
And then we made an environmental joke, which you do like every episode. Ding.
Right. Because we said in 100 years we're gonna get another Wagner.
And I was like,
yeah. Do we have 100 years?
Yeah, and that because we're talking about how Verdi's known for more than one thing, not just his operas. Yeah, we should do an Easter egg activity. People to find stuff. I bet you there's certain things that happen every episode, like me calling you trash, an environmental joke. Like I bet you I speak in Jamaican, like with a Jamaican accent, at least once an episode. That'd be cute. I'm gonna come up with something. Easter egg hunt for Easter. Cute. Okay, so anyway, Wagner. I mean, what's his name?
See, that's what happens.
And you know, I don't even lie to you. It felt weird for me to say his name on this podcast, like in that way. Like, why would we be talking about Wagner?
All right.
Okay, that's really all you need to know about Verdi, though. Like on God, like that's really it.
Not that's really it.
I mean, because he's not a typical like composer in that like I feel like a lot of composers, well, not a lot, but a good amount of composers were like child prodigies and stuff, and that's not really.
Yeah, that's not really what he was about.
I mean,
he was trash at piano.
Yeah, even though his father, apparently, I mean, and like, what does trash really mean?
Right.
You know, I don't really know, but yeah, he got into opera when he moved to Milan. And fun fact, he achieved great success with his opera Alberto. What is it called? Alberto.
Oh, Alberto. That word is so hard for me to say.
Yeah, because I saw it coming on my screen, so I said opera just to prepare for it. Like, I really must fix that. Like, I have advanced degrees. I need to fix that. But
how?
Anyway,
Dr. Brown.
I have no desire. But let's get into talking about Otello. Okay, let's talk about Otello. It's one of my favorite Shakespeare plays because I'm just in awe about how stupid everybody is. Like, it's crazy. Wow. So, there are differences. There are slight differences between like Othello, which was written by Shakespeare, and Otello, because an opera is not a musical. That's number one. And number two, an opera is not a play. So the librettist, which I forgot his name, I'll pull it up because like I'm supposed to be giving you information. But the librettist had to reduce the number of words significantly and just kind of left it up to Verdi to fill in the blanks. Basically, like they were like, Verdi can convey certain things without me having to keep all them words in. So, and he did a pretty good job of that. There's slight things like Otello has a bunch of Phaeton spells during Othello, which is like, it's mad dramatic. When I read it, like, it's mad dramatic. Like, you accusing your wife of cheating on you and she didn't, and now you stressed. Make it make sense. Like, I'm just so confused. Like, why are you fainting? Desdemona should be the one that's fainting. Okay, so the librettist for Otello was Arrigo Boito. I don't know. I will link it down below. So when he was going through, he had to make it work for an opera, and so he made some changes to it. Like, he took out the fainting spells. When we get to the end, we'll talk about what happens to Trifle and Iago. That's different in Othello. There's like a couple little things, but the overarching story is the same. So if you don't know, Otello is about the governor of Cyprus named Otello. he's a Moor. Is that problematic to you? Like the way they like. I remember looking that up. Like I don't like that word. Like he's a Moor. You know what I'm saying? I don't know why. It's never sat well with me.
I have no context for that word being problematic, so
I mean, I'm sure it's.
I only know that word to describe someone who is from Northern Africa. I don't know it to be like a slur.
It's not a.
So that's why it doesn't. That's why it don't sound problematic to me. But
Otello's black, and and he just came back fighting a war, and he's back in Cyprus. While he was gone, this new guy named Rodrigo came along, and he was like, "Hey, Desdemona, listen, I know you married, but
that's what he said."
Yeah. Anyway, he's like, Desdemona, I know you married.
Oh my gosh!
But like,
the way you said that just reminded me of. Never mind.
Of that. Oh, I know you're talking about. Okay. Anyway, Desdemona, I know you married, but I can show you some things that Otello can't do, and if you just like, let me take you out sometime. And Desdemona was like, boy, so he's in love with Desdemona. So then Iago is a hater. Iago is Otello's ensign. Basically, he's not a servant. He's just like below. He's below Otello and reports to Otello. So, and he's mad at Otello because this dude Cassio got promoted above Iago. So yeah, the whole point is that Iago is trying to get back at Otello. He's gonna take Otello out. So he gets Rodrigo to help him. He's like, yo, Rodrigo, you want Desdemona, I want Otello killed. So let me tell you what's gonna happen. We're gonna get Cassio drunk, and then he gonna demote Otello, and then it's gonna be good, and I'm gonna kill Otello, whatever, and then you can have Desdemona because yeah, that's how it's gonna be. And Rodrigo's like, okay, bet, game, like what we doing? So he's like, I need you to get Cassio drunk. So this is basically how the opera opens. Like, it's supposed to be a celebration for Otello coming back, but really we want to see Cassio get into some mess. So the whole chorus is like, drink, drink, drink. That's my favorite part. Like, I forgot the name of the drinking song. It's typical to have a drinking song. Like, Mozart has a lot of drinking songs in his operas. So does Verdi. There's an amazing one in La Traviata. Like, La Traviata is that opera, like, period. So Verdi stops with the drinking song In a Fire Lugalo. Mm-hmm. And it's really just everybody, the chorus and everybody encouraging Cassio to drink because they want him to look like he's a drunk. And Iago is freaking trifling because well, I'll get there, but I just want to pull over and say, like, why is everybody trusting Iago? Like, I don't get it. Like, you can't tell, like, okay, I know you can't tell if someone's jealous or not, but it's like, for some reason, everybody wants to get Cassio drunk, and y'all just going along with this, talking about drink, 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 like, everybody, and no one's questioning it. Like, okay. So then basically Cassio gets drunk at the end of the act. Otello comes back, and he's like upset about it, of course, and demotes him. And that's how the first act ends. Yeah.
But you know what? What I remembered is that they sent Cassio to do something when he was drunk, and then Iago come in and talk about, he be like this every night. Like, who does that?
He sucks.
Like, he just really had to add insult to injury.
Exactly. Like,
why would you do that?
Because like, he probably was gonna get demoted anyway. Because, like, why are you this drunk in front of all these people? You're supposed to be like, I just promoted you, my guy. Like, I literally, like, that's why you can't give people nothing. Like, I literally just gave this to you, like, and you're drunk. And then here come Iago. Yeah, man, I be seeing he be at the club every night looking just like this. Like, wow. So yeah, that's how the act ends.
Right.
Oh, and then Otello. I do have to mention Otello and Desdemona are reunited, and it's one of the it's like the huge love duet, and it's a common theme throughout the opera because when you get to the end, it's also playing again, just for a different reason. But yeah,
cool. Yeah, very different reason.
Very, very, very different.
So then on to Act 2. In this act, it's actually crazy. I don't know who hurt Iago. But
like, why is he like this?
right, he reveals like his beliefs about mankind in this, no, I don't know what to call the song in opera, but in this
I think
piece,
it's called a song. Is it?
Okay.
Is it
a song called,
or do they talk? Do they say like, oh, you know what they do? I feel, don't they say like aria, duetto?
'cause I don't know.
Don't they say something like that?
Yeah, like I know, but I just don't know like what this one is called.
Oh yeah, 'cause I just remember
like
how do you even, what do y'all call it? Yeah,
this tone.
little ditty.
You're right. This ditty Iago sings, and he says God is cruel and man was created in His image.
Wow.
And when man dies, then what? Heaven is an old wives' tale. I'm like, who hurt you? Like, so
wow.
And then Iago calls upon Satan to assist in his plot. So we all see where he's coming from.
So right.
Basically, he's telling Otello, like, sort of instigating the situation, by telling Otello like, oh, Desdemona and Cassio, like, something's going on there. I don't know what's up, but like, I'm just telling you what it is. Because Desdemona is defending Cassio, because like we all know he got demoted in the last act. But she's like, he didn't even really do nothing that bad. Like, we might could give him another chance. It's
also,
not even that bad. So
yeah, it's like, also Otello kind of has like a temper. So I mean, like a big temper. So he was probably wilding. Like he was wilding. So Desdemona was like, yo, so you know how you get like this all the time? Like you gotta relax. Like Cassie don't even do nothing. Like you act like you didn't take shots the other day. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like
right.
we happy to see you back. Trying to help him out.
And so then of course that works to Iago's favor, because then he like, oh yeah, you see how she defending him right now? Well, that's because that,
yeah,
like he just egging him on, knowing dang well that Otello is unreasonable and ridiculous. So then he tells Otello that he saw Cassio with Desdemona's handkerchief that Otello gave her as a gift. The reason why he does this is because Desdemona drops it and Iago's wife picks it up.
Right. Emilia is Desdemona's like helper.
Yeah, and also Iago's wife. So when Desdemona drops the handkerchief, she picks
Wait,
it
how
up.
did I miss that? Emilia's married to Iago?
Yeah.
Oh, baby. See, that's why you shouldn't have said it, ladies. Like, honestly.
Right.
Cause how did I miss that?
But also Emilia, she didn't even want to give Iago the handkerchief because she knew that he was trying to do something.
So she know her man trash.
Right. And then he forces her to give it to him, and then like tells her like, you better not say nothing. Like, I'm like, why? First of all, have you ever wondered why nobody in your life likes you?
Like, your own wife don't like you.
She even she's like, okay, you must stop with these shenanigans, and you never stop to realize like, maybe I'm the common denominator.
Never.
So, but she didn't want to give the handkerchief to him. He took it anyway, and then he uses that to like plant on Cassio, and that's why he tells Otello like, oh yeah, I saw Cassio with her handkerchief, so that he can back that story up later on. So after Otello is like, oh, he got the handkerchief too, they both are like, all right, bet we gonna punish them. They make like a vow to punish both of them.
What do you think that would be equivalent to like today? Like, this was in 2019. Like, what would that handkerchief be equivalent to? I'm trying to think of like
DMs.
You like, not like something tangible though. Like, what would your dude give to you? Like what would your man give to you that like you wouldn't want another man to have? You know what I'm saying?
What would girl? Yes, that's a lot of imagination there.
Okay. Because it wouldn't be a ring like that. That'd be dumb. Like, why would another man have your ring? That doesn't make sense, right? So like, what would it?
Yeah,
kind of think.
That's true.
Oh, I think about something. This is a PG podcast.
What?
Nothing. Okay, so Act 3, things get worse. So basically, Cassio, here I go lying. Desdemona and Otello get into another argument because Desdemona has no idea that her handkerchief is missing, right? Because Iago freaking stole it. So she goes back to Otello to act on Cassio's behalf, right? Because I guess she know her man crazy. Cassio's bugging out because he just lost his role. So she's like, okay, let me just go talk to him one more time. Okay. She knows how to deal with her man, whatever. So she's like, yo, Otello, like, you bugging, like, come on, Cassio, it's really not that bad. So he gets even more wild because Iago been in his ear about her cheating. So he's like, why, like, what is up with Cassio? Like, let it go. Like, don't nobody care about Cassio. And then to make matters worse, Otello asks her for the handkerchief. He's like, where's the handkerchief at? Right. Of course, she can't produce the handkerchief because it's stolen. So he gets like irate and calls her a whore. And let's pull over right here. What you not finna do?
Okay.
What? I could not imagine. You're not finna talk to me anyhow. You know what I'm saying? A whore.
I mean, different times.
Okay, fine.
What you gonna do about it?
You get into an argument with your man. He call you a thought, a bust down.
Okay. No, I mean different times in terms of what could she have done about that? You know what I mean?
Yeah, like
it was freaking 18 something, like
before that,
even earlier than that.
Yeah, way before that. But
I'm thinking. Okay, we need to
think about.
I'm thinking about Verdi's lifetime, but yeah.
So that happens. He wildin'. What makes matters worse, Iago's still working. So he stages a conversation with Cassio regarding the handkerchief. And to make it seem that, like, to further his plan that Cassio is with Desdemona and Desdemona's shitting on Otello, basically. Mm-hmm. And Otello overhears that, of course, because that was the plan. Right. And he gets even more mad. And in the play, like, he would have been fainted like 5 times by now because he gets so mad and so worked up that he like has these fainting spells.
Then why did Iago even need to be doing all of this? He could have just caught him on an off day and just took him out.
But then you don't want that blood on your hands.
I guess, yeah.
I think that's probably what it is. He's trying to do all this stuff. And also, like, he has time. That's the problem.
Right. Meanwhile, if you had dedicated that to your job, maybe you would have got the promotion in the first place. But
ooh,
he wouldn't have.
But also, like,
spent all that time scheming.
I feel like nobody likes Iago.
I wonder why.
But it is basically Otello gets even more mad and embarrasses Desdemona in front of everybody. He calls her a whore again. Just like a bunch, just tacky. Like, keep your business in your home. Like, just right. Tacky.
Now all of Cyprus know what you're dealing with behind closed doors.
Right.
And you're supposed to be a leader.
Exactly. You can't even keep your home business. You can't lead your home. How you gonna lead us?
Right. Exactly.
Because I would have been in the crowd like, dang. So your wife's stepping out. We gotta know about it. How we find out?
Right. From
now,
you.
Right now I have a petition going mud house to mud house trying to figure out.
Okay. You know what? Actually, this is actually a very rare 3-act play. That's where it ends. Thanks for listening to Classically Black Podcast.
What's wrong? What happened? Was it something I said? Couldn't be. Anyway, yes. So
couldn't. Not couldn't be. Was. Is.
Okay. Yeah, that's Act 3, basically.
Mm-hmm. All right. Now we're on to Act 4. So basically, Desdemona's getting ready for bed. It's later on after she got embarrassed in front of everybody. So she's asleep, and Otello come in her room. And during this time, there's actually a bass solo, which is an excerpt for us, going on, like, all throughout when he's sneaking around her, and just throughout this
weirdo, like, watching her sleep.
Right. Exactly. So he goes over there and he blows out the candles that's around her, and kisses her 3 times. And the 3rd time he kisses her, she wakes up. And she's like, who that? And he basically says, like, I guess he's like trying to be soft with her before telling her, like, oh, by the way, I'm finna kill you.
I couldn't even imagine being like, oh, a note about the kissing. That was something from the first act as well. Like, he kissed her 3 times as well. And around the duet that they sang, just as like foreshadowing to the same thing that he's doing right now. Like, yikes.
Wow. Right. And then she was like, why? And then she like, I guess she thinks he joking or whatever, but more like, right. But then she realizes that he means it. Right. She realized that he means it. And then she was like, so now she's like pleading for her life. And he's like, nah, you love Cassio. You gave him that handkerchief that I gave to you. Like, how could you do this to me? All of that. And then so now she's just like pleading, like, she's like calling out for Cassio to like come in there and tell her like what's going on. Like,
but I just feel like that was not the move.
Yeah.
Because he's killing you because of Cassio.
And now Cassio, come save me.
Girl, I mean, listen, I've never been near death, but that's probably not what I would have done. And where's Amelia at? I thought Amelia was supposed to be helping her.
But then again, she is desperate, and who else to corroborate her story?
But that Cassio. Is true. But where's Amelia? Her helper.
Oh, she got caught away. Because
that's right.
Yeah, it was like some wind blowing or whatever, and she left before Otello came in.
Dang, sis, you really had no chance at all.
Right. So he strangles her.
What a way to go,
she's
too.
Like, right. She's on the verge of death, and like people are Amelia comes back and they're like, oh my God, he killed her. And so basically she just like dies slowly. I guess she like sings a little bit more before she actually dies.
Yeah.
After he strangles her. So then at that point, Amelia comes in saying that Cassio killed Rodrigo, because, as you know, part of the plan was for like Rodrigo was gonna help Iago get Cassio, and then after that he was gonna get Desdemona. Well, they made a mistake. They didn't get Cassio drunk this time, so now he on his tip top shape. So Rodrigo like, why you get him drunk the first time and not the second time when you was trying to fight him? So Rodrigo went to fight him, but Cassio ended up getting the best of him and killed Rodrigo instead.
Dang.
So, right.
Poor Rodrigo. I mean, because all he wanted, I mean, but you want something you can't have. She's literally a queen, kind of.
So he got more than he bargained for.
Yeah, way more. way more.
So they come in there talking about Cassio killed Rodrigo, and they're like, what? How that happen? So then Iago's full plan is revealed. They realize like that he fabricated this whole thing, and so Otello's like, nah, Iago, tell me this ain't true. And he's like, nah, I ain't do that.
And here go Jaleisha. Does that look like something I would do?
Exactly. So she was saying, does that really sound like me?
That doesn't even sound like something I would do. Actually, through and through it does. Like, yeah, like through and through. Yeah, from A to B. That's you.
So his whole plot is revealed, and so Otello realizes, like, dang, she was really innocent that whole time. She was pleading for her life. She was like, for real,
dumb. See,
right. So now he's distraught.
Too late.
Right, exactly. And so he pulls out a dagger and kills himself. Right after asking for, well, not really asking, kissing Desdemona again. He says he asked, but was she gonna say yeah?
Right.
Anyway,
wow, she been crossed over, sis. It's too late.
Not crossed over. But what I don't understand, I mean, I know it's different in the play, but I'm like, you could have just stabbed Iago real quick and then stabbed yourself. Why you stab yourself and now he just sitting there?
Right. I mean, but in the, for Otello's sake, you know, he could have done that. But in the play, he gets carried away to be tortured. in the opera, we have no idea what happens to him. Like
right.
it just ends with that.
And I mean, at least when he getting tortured, he I guess God's giving him what he said. He said God is cruel, so he's like, I'll show you cruel.
Wow.
Since you think I'm so what? So since you think I'm so cruel, I'll show you cruel.
And since Heaven's old wife said you don't have to worry about seeing that either. So
right. Right.
Whew. I mean, okay, but with all this said, I ain't finna hold you. Mm-hmm. If we talking about just what we know from the opera, not Othello, but just Otello, I'm really low key rooting for Iago because think about it. Okay, think about it.
What are we thinking about?
How many times does the antagonist get away with anything? Like normally somebody stops, like the Powerpuff Girls come through, the Avengers, like something happens and doesn't work, like the antagonist ever wins. Iago literally wins. Like that is freaking
Thanos
amazing.
Got it in Infinity War. I mean, in the end, he did. Well, he kind of did.
In the end, he didn't win.
Yeah, I guess it got reversed.
Yeah, like even then, like there's.
For a year, we thought he did.
Okay, we're the only ones who did though. All the comic book people was like they knew how it was going to end. But like, I don't know. I know like Iago sucks, but like he literally got away with it. Like he was like, what Otello's not gonna do is promote Cassio's dusty self above me. And you know what? I bet you if we had like a backstory, that'd be cute. Like a backstory to Otello, like what happened to Iago before. Like maybe he was really hardworking and came to work every day on time and didn't stay late on his lunch breaks and didn't take 20 bathroom breaks. You know, maybe he was a really good employee. And maybe Cassio was more handsome. I mean, we don't know that. But I'm just saying, like, maybe there's some stuff that happened that made it be like, okay, well, he finna promote Cassio over Iago. And Iago's like, all right, bet. Like, boom. So he made this elaborate plan, use the idiot Rodrigo. Because why would you believe someone when they promise you that they're going to give you somebody else's wife? That doesn't even make sense.
Right. That's not even his to give.
Exactly. Like there's no part of that made sense where Rodrigo was like went along with the okie doke and was like, oh, you know what, yeah. And like, why do you even like Desmond? Do you even know her? Like you just got here. Like he's not from Cyprus. Right. You don't know nothing about her. But she's pretty. Y'all so vain. So anyway, now you lost your life. And that was like a consolation prize to Iago. Like he wasn't even going for that, but he was like, okay, cool. Like Cassio got demoted. And Otello took care of himself. Like, he literally got away with everything if we're talking about the opera. Like, I stand. Because it never happens.
Stan?
Yeah. He sucks. And he won. That's insane. Well done.
Yikes. Meanwhile, the person who drew the short straw was Desdemona. She literally did nothing. She was a pawn and everything. Like literally somebody who has no, I mean, your husband doesn't even have ownership of you, but somebody who was your husband's employee was promising you to other people. Like what?
Yeah. Also, like that whole thing is messed up too because it's like, why wouldn't you believe your wife? And ain't that the whole thing? Like the whole point of marriage? Like you don't trust your wife.
He insecure.
What was the yeah, definitely insecure.
Right.
Cause it's like maybe he doesn't think like he was fit to rule or like what. You just won the battle. Like what is the problem? What are we talking about? Make it make sense. What are we doing?
Right, and especially because he was gone for so long, he probably was already like on edge. And it probably made perfect sense to him that like, oh yeah, I've been gone all this time. Of course you've been stepping out on me.
Right, we should have done that work before you left, my guy. Instead of focusing on owning your wife, partnership and
exactly.
Oh well. I mean, but who? Okay, you said that Desdemona drew the short straw, but do you think Rodrigo did? Like
he also did.
Like that.
He also did, but she drew the shortest of them.
You think so? I mean, yeah.
I do think so, because she had no authority in anything. Rodrigo could have gone about this a different way. You know? Like, you got wrapped up in fighting and trying to kill somebody that you don't even know, for somebody that you haven't even probably attempt to talk to otherwise. Like, did you ever think maybe you could approach Desmond? Like, I know she married, but like, obviously you don't care about that. But like, it's not his fault per se what happened to him, but he had other options. He had other options.
I mean, I imagine Rodrigo was attractive. I don't understand that. Like, but you know what? Julius did say that men want what they can't have. So he was probably like,
so "What's now we taking Julius' advice?" That's what we doing now. Especially on this subject. And I don't mean that in the way that it probably sounds.
I'm not saying we should take her advice. I'm just saying it makes sense why Rodrigo would want her. He probably fine.
No, I'm not even saying that. Like, I'm just saying the way that he went about getting her. That just seemed all kinds of backwards.
He seems like he seems like a typical. What I can't say.
Like, he went the opposite way. Like, instead of going across the bridge, you went down the valley, then up the mountain, then around the bend, and then did a loop-de-loop and went, you know, and then you still lost. Because instead of just being like, okay, my plan is to get Desdemona, you were like, okay, my plan is to get Desdemona, but first I'm gonna do Iago's plan to get Cassio, to get Otello, and then I could get Desdemona, you know.
But to be fair, he took Iago's plan because Iago, being a snake, was just like, oh, I peep you looking at Desdemona, like, let me help you with that. All I need you to do is get Cassio drunk.
Okay, but I just feel like simple logic would tell you that wasn't gonna work.
First of all, people, I don't understand, like, it's crazy how some people can just trust others. Like, Iago has a line at the opening of the opera, like, okay, so when Otello's on his way back to Cyprus, like, there's bad weather, so like his boat is rocking and all type of stuff. People are kind of worried, like, is he gonna make it back or whatever? Like, you just did all this fighting, like, you were so successful, are you really gonna make it back? And Iago's like, oh well, let the sea be her tomb. And I'm like,
wow. Yeah, I remember that. I was like, yo, are you good?
Are you
already
okay? Like, and like, I feel like that would be like how I imagine that happening is like everybody's standing on like the beach or whatever, looking out into the ocean, seeing these waves like rocking, right? And Iago's like standing in the front in the middle. Everybody else is like looking with like worry on their face. And Iago's like, let the sea be her tomb, her being the boat that he
right.
And I just imagine everybody turning and looking at him and be like, are you okay? But right. And y'all still, like, literally moments later are going along with his schemes. Wow. I feel like,
right. And thinking that he didn't have any ulterior motives. Okay.
Like, I mean, we barely, I don't think there's an overture. There isn't. I'm like, we barely got a smooth minute into the opera, and Iago already showing his true colors, and y'all don't even care. Y'all like, yeah, I mean, what a beautiful metaphor, Iago. That is just nice. Like, the whole thing is messed up. But I love him. 'Cause he got away with it. I mean, I don't, what he did was terrible. But, like, I can't recall many villains that get away with their plots. So I think that's kind of cool.
See whose side Katie's on. No, I'm just kidding. All right, well, let us know if you want us to recap another opera. You know, I gotta get my, my opera. What do you call it up? You know, I can't talk right now. I'm so tired.
These past couple of weeks have been something. But yes, let us know. Also, let us know who you're rooting for. If there's another character you're rooting for, of course, we just picked these two. And we are moving on.
Right, to Black Excellence.
Where we hype you up, gas you up, and give you your props because there is room for everyone at the top. Who are we talking about, Delaney?
This week we have a group, Black Excellence. Not our first, probably will not be our last.
Okay, Black XY.
Okay, but meanwhile, when I say Black XY, you're like, no, that's not it. Now you know what?
I feel like it applies here because they're all being Black and excellent together.
I know, but I've said Black XY. You know what?
What they doing?
Appropriated my word. You appropriated my word. All right, so this week we talking about the Illharmonic Orchestra.
Whoop.
Right. The Illharmonic Orchestra combines the raw energy and passion of hip hop with the beautiful sounds of live orchestral accompaniment. They are led by a husband and wife duo, the Phantom and the Phoenix.
That is so freaking cute.
Right.
And it's not supposed to be cute.
They're only the third hip hop group to headline their own show at Carnegie Hall.
Okay, Carnegie.
Okay. They've toured the United States and Japan, and they sold out the Kennedy Center in the same room that Nas performed with the National Symphony Orchestra. Right?
Okay.
Come on, selling out the Kennedy Center.
Okay, embarrassing the girls.
Right, and selling it out to a diverse audience too.
Right.
Like actually marketing and, appealing to a wider range of demographics than most orchestras care to. So
wow, what a concept. Imagine you play works that highlight other experiences except for white.
And imagine you try to market to other people and then they show up.
Wow.
Sounds
awesome.
Like
cool.
Sounds like the recipe for success to me. Seems like they're the only people who have it.
Nope, it can't be. All you need is Bach, Haydn, and Mozart and ticket sales. Okay, I quit. Right. I quit.
Okay. The Illharmonic Orchestra consists of mainly African American musicians from all over the country, like New York, Philadelphia, Boston, DC, Atlanta, Austin, other places. I will also link their the site where you can meet some of the members of the orchestra. They've also filmed a pilot series that they're producing, which is titled Making of the Orchestra, which will highlight classically trained African American musicians that are on tour with the group. And I'll also link a video to that as well. If you would like to see them, they have an upcoming event in Chicago. Shout out to Katie.
773-312-708. Stand up.
Okay. In the Auditorium Theater. The Auditorium Theater on August 24th. I'll also be linking the page where you can get more information on that performance and attend. So, shout out to them for being Black and excellent and merging two beautiful and influential genres of music and in a seamless way. So, you got a piece for us this week?
Yes, ma'am. My piece this week is Danse Bacchanale by Camille Saens. I forgot how much I love this piece until I heard the kids play it, and I was like, this piece slaps. Oh shoot, you didn't go to the final performance.
Nope.
Okay, so at the end of Danse Bacchanale, when it goes da da dee da 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 da. Okay. And there's this timpani thing where it goes bum biggity bum biggity bum bum bum. But when I tell you this Black king said this is my time, listen, I told him after I done heard a lot of timpani playing in my day, but I ain't never. Jaleisha was like, "Why you always gotta gas people?" I was like,
"No, I'm not even there." But you be acting like you 50. Like
when I tell you. It was like electrifying. Like I forgot how cool that piece is. I mean, it's about an orgy, but a drunken orgy. But it's still a lot of fun. And yeah, I put it in high school and it was cool. And it came to life again. I'm telling you, that timpani is. I was like, boy, you about to be right back here in this LA field. Just keep doing what you're doing. Like it was freaking insane. Embarrassed.
Okay, with you as well.
Okay, with me taking lessons from him.
For what? The timpani?
Anything to help me point to.
That's what's gonna do it?
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah, he could just. He could do that.
All right. So thanks for listening to the podcast. We hope you enjoyed our run. It's been real.
Okay. Tune in for episode 41.
Huh?
Said tune in for episode 41.
Oh, I guess Katie's gonna be doing.
You
episode
suck.
41.
You freaking suck.
I was only contracted for 40 episodes. So.
There's no contract at all. It blows my mind.
You know what? I'm gonna draw one out. I'm gonna draw one up so that we can get some stipulations in place. Because after these past few intermissions,
okay,
I just feel like we need a contract, an HR department, something to protect me legally.
The intermissions have not been that bad, and this week was so much fun. Like, I feel bad for how stressed you were, but like in the end, it was fine.
You really?
I did kind of feel bad because it was supposed to be fun, and you looked pressed. But you know what? As this is episode 40, it really blows my mind that some of these girls be doing seasons. Like, that is freaking insane. Maybe one day when we poppin'.
Right.
Anyway, thank you so much for listening to Classically Black Podcast. Don't forget to follow us on social media at Classically Black Podcast. If you have a piece of the week suggestion, Black Excellence suggestion, intermission suggestion that's Delaney friendly, email it to us at classicallyblackpodcast@gmail.com, and we will talk to y'all next week.
Bye, y'all.
Bye.